Hey, so here we are. It's Saturday, April 4th. Thursday was 2 weeks since Heather checked in, since Heather moved in. So I've got some clips here. Let's jump into the video. I'm just so grateful for the way things are turning out, and I still have a ways to go for recovery. I'm feeling a little better every day, and Heather, as you can tell, is settling in. Top-notch care. It's a wonderful facility with amazing staff, and my channel has taken off. Wow, it's amazing to me. I have so many comments. I'm honestly just skimming through them for the most part, and once in a while I'll read one or respond, and at some point I'll have more time to go through them in some detail, but for now I just don't have time for it. I'm heading over this afternoon in a couple of hours with Penny. I'm taking the dog, so I'll definitely record that. I know a lot of you are curious about how things will go with Penny at Northwood, and that maybe I'll release a separate video or a short just for that. So thanks a lot for your support. Have a great rest of your day, and do continue to follow along, please. Bye. Ready to go? Come here. Come on, we'll go to the car. Good girl. Let's go. Oh yeah, Penny knows. I think Heather knows too. Penny, who's that? Who is that? What's going on? Well, she doesn't step on your head. Oh my God. Hey Penny, look, it's Mom. Come on up, come on up, come on up. What do you think, Heather? Okay, I'm going to put her up on the bed here. We can have some quality time together. I think she's pulling you like a little motor. I think Penny likes it here. Seems to be having fun. When we get upstairs, I'm going to brush your hair and put it in a ponytail. Good plan? Good plan? I think it's a good plan. Well, the question is, was that worthwhile and was it successful? Yeah, it was worthwhile, absolutely. I enjoyed seeing Heather's reaction, and I liked seeing Penny's reaction. But it's a huge distraction for me to have Penny there, because Penny's always pulling and running, trying to get places, and a little panicky, a little frantic, and I can't devote my attention to Heather. It's like a full-time thing having this little doggy with you. So it was nice, but I'm not in a rush to do it again. I will probably at some point, but my focus when I go there is to see Heather, and it's a fuss taking the dog. So I'm glad I tried it. But you know something? I haven't cried in a couple of days. I think that's probably a good sign. Okay, the flowers are still looking okay, but I think I have to get rid of them as they die. They look great. And oh yeah, I saw this when I was walking in. Here's the activity list of things. Tuesday, 2 o'clock music with Tony Quinn, who's a talented person. Bingo. Visits with Zach, he's like the recreation guy. Music, group therapy, church service, board games, and repeat. Bocce ball, name that tune. Bowling, seniors in motion. Music with Katie and Brad. Newfie night. Music with Daphne Hogan. Hey, I know Daphne. Anyways, so that looks like a good busy month. I'll put all that stuff in my calendar, and maybe I can participate in some of it with Heather. I am off to the resident lounge to pick her up and take her for a stroll. And we might go get some candy downstairs at the store. And then I'm going to stay for lunch. So, bye. So this is like an atrium linking two buildings. There's probably a different word for it. But pretty cool spot to come and hang out. And a lot of people sit here and do puzzles. See, they have puzzles, and you know, they expect people to leave these alone. So it's M&M's time. Want M&M's?
I'm gonna see that it's Christmas gifts. It was a winter jacket. Yeah. I know it's a beautiful jacket. Yeah, and it must be pretty.
It's the little things, you know. So we just stopped in to see Heather's old day program people, and everybody recognized you. They're happy to see you, and you were laughing, and you got these sort of sequin fidgety blanket things, and it had some M&Ms, and boy, didn't that feel good to see those people, because they, through the day program, gave us a easy introduction to moving into a care situation. You're doing great, Heather. This is our exercise prescription. You know, and then there are things like this. They're participating in a research study by one of the top geriatric medicine specialists in the region here to see how low-dose ultraviolet light might be able to kill viruses. And, you know, placebo-controlled study. It's a very proper study thing, and so that's great. It's a progressive place. Heather, I think you're nodding off a little bit, which is okay because we have lunch coming up. But on the theme of lunch, we're watching one of our favorite shows, Beard Meets Food. And that, we watched a lot of that during lockdown, COVID lockdown, and had a lot of laughs. So it's nice to have these familiar shows to watch. So today's lunch is spaghetti or pasta with sauce and salad. So of course Heather needs a little help with it, and that's I'm happy to be able to be here. So the positivity around here is a good antidote to my sadness, and it's helping fix me. It's like an elixir or a potion, and I work at it too. I work at it. I try to engage with staff, and I want to know their names, and I'm helping with meals, and I'm going to start playing music, and you know, you can't just let the stuff go. You have to work at it. It's that old neuroplasticity principle. Neurons that fire together wire together, or fake it till you make it, even if you're not faking it, but work at it. And that's what I'm doing here. I'm trying to work on this up here, and well, I can't really work on Heather. She is what she is, but maybe it has some impact on staff. So that's my afternoon back home. Well, I can't tell you how much I appreciate this little girl when I come home all alone to an empty house with nothing going on, nobody to take care of, nothing happening. Evenings are hard, but thankfully I've got this little dog. I'm just starting to appreciate her more than ever. Got this cute little dog. Right, puppy? And she, you know, hangs around. Gives me somebody to talk to. I popped into the candy store last night and I got some of Heather's favorite nougats. And I've got 4 of these nougats. take to her, and I know that'll make her happy. Okay, look. Nougat. Nougat. How about if I unwrap it first? Chew it up. This is Heather's favorite candy. Figure 4 pieces is probably enough. I don't need to overdo it. And you look great. You got your nice black pullover with this t-shirt on underneath and this sporty pants, and I see they found your socks. See, clothing sort of goes, it disappears for a while, but it's in the laundry. It always comes back eventually. And so I don't fuss about stuff like that. I know a few people have had concerns that clothing would get stolen or something. Not a concern at all. Like, nobody's stealing socks here. It's just they have a lot of laundry to manage, and it'll eventually find its way back. And if not, I'll just get more. So, do you want more nougat? I'll get some more nougat. Well, that was a nice visit. I brought Heather her nougats, which she loved, of course. And then I sat down and had supper with her. And of course, the food was fantastic. They had a pork chop cutlet of some kind, and some mixed steamed vegetables, and brown rice, not white rice, brown rice with gravy, and some minced pineapple for dessert, and of course water and juice to drink. And Heather just gobbles this stuff up. She needs help with it. That type of food, I'm not sure she would be able to manage at all on her own. Maybe, I don't know, but no sign of it. So I'm happy to help, and I always feel happy when I'm spending time with her, or when I have just visited with her. And it doesn't feel right to stay away, even though I know I probably should sometimes, as people say. But I'm just going to follow my heart and follow my gut now and do what feels right. So lovely Kate is here today, and I'm looking at the dining room turned into a bedroom. And I'm going to start. Well, today Kate and I will take this thing upstairs. This is a dresser. It used to have Heather's clothing in it. You know, it's all labeled, socks, pants. The only thing left are some crappy pajamas and a whole bunch of incontinence things and some sheets. But my God, you know, it feels like I just got this stuff set up. Like the hospital bed, we only had that for a week before Heather moved out. And I feel like I just got this stuff set up, and now it's all redundant. None of it matters anymore. And that's like, I feel like I'm sort of on, everything is kind of shaky, like life is so strange. So all the adaptations, what does it matter? What do you do? Roll with it, I guess. So thank you for being here, Kate, for being supportive. That's Kate, the Wonder Daughter. So continuing on with cleaning, like I've got some bags of stuff that Kate is going to sort through. And this cabinet, this was one of my systems that I set up that became obsolete pretty quickly when I had to buy Heather all new clothing, larger clothing. So God bless you, Kate.
Found a lot of cute stuff that I think is going to fit.
Yeah, she's going through it. I can't do it, but Kate can do it. So she's my helper. And, you know, it's just clothing, but there's certain emotional baggage. So speaking of emotional baggage, I was looking in a closet here for a spot to put some blankets. And what do I find? I didn't even know this existed. Heather's flight suit from when she was a respiratory therapist on what was then Stars. They retired that, and it became Life Flight later. They switched to red uniforms. So she kept this original uniform from when they first set up the program. And she was a flight therapist. Used to fly all over the region here, picking up little babies and keeping them going in incubators and whatever else they used to bring them back to the regional children's hospital here. So, man, the house is full of stuff like that. And I just have to work my way through it. Obviously, I will keep this. There's things I will keep, things I'll get rid of. But it's a tough thing to do, but we'll get through it. So previously I talked about the benefits of Heather being at Northwood, and this is why I really put a tremendous effort into connecting with the decision makers to get a sort of guaranteed placement at Northwood, and they agreed to it. So she is there. So Kate is here. She's just saying that she and her husband, Craig, her husband's done work around 5 o'clock today. So I will go over to Northwood to help Heather with supper at 4:30. We will be done by 5 o'clock or so, 10 after 5. And then Kate and Craig can come over because they want to visit with Heather. And there's a restaurant in Northwood that's open to the public. Very inexpensive, good, I think Syrian food and mixed food, fish and chips and falafel wraps and all this stuff. So they will come and have supper at that restaurant. I will wheel Heather downstairs to meet them, and then we'll all go sit together in the common room at Northwood and visit together while Kate and Craig have supper. And this is part of that village concept and why it's so great to be 10 minutes from the door, because we can do stuff like that and enjoy whatever time Heather has left. We can enjoy our time with her. So I just thought you'd appreciate that bit of information. So Kate and Craig came over. Craig, and Kate, and we find ourselves back at the lounge area here on a Wednesday night, and there's a band starting up again. So we thought we'd have a beer and a glass of wine and a bit of supper. And, try to make the most of things and have a couple of laughs here. It's quite the spot. A big crew here. Heather, you having fun, honey? Here, I'll flip the screen up and you can see yourself. Oh, here, look, you can see yourself. What do you think of that? We just had lunch, and I left this notebook and a pen here so visitors can write, if they've been here and any observations, if Heather needs anything. And it's walking time again. Try to do this every day. So here's a prime example of why I insisted, or why I tried so hard to be at Northwood, which is 10 minutes from my door. Look at the traffic. It's just jammed right up. So, this walking this morning is probably faster than it would have been to drive. And bicycling certainly is. And if Heather was an hour outside of the city, well, I wouldn't be able to walk or bicycle. I'd be reluctant to make the journey if it was in another community somewhere. It all makes sense. So we're just sitting here listening to Enya. I've got it turned off now. Some of Heather's favorite music. And, watching the world. The doors open and close. People come in. People go out. And that's our thing here this morning, right, Heather? Seems to be as good an activity as anything.
Exercise time.
Whew. A few of you have asked whether or not Heather's aware of where she is and what's going on, and I have wondered that same thing. My conclusion is that at times she is aware of what's going on, but it's not linear. I think it comes and goes. It's like a light switch or a dimmer going on and off all the time. And for example, yesterday I took her for a walk around with her walker, and at the end of it she was clutching tightly to the handles and sort of grimacing a little bit. She was clearly uncomfortable, and I was quite worried about that. So we were close to her room. I scooted over, got her wheelchair, and got her seated before something happened. Well, I don't know what would have happened, but so that was a little uncomfortable thing. And then this morning I was sitting beside her downstairs, and I turned to her and I said, "Okay, honey, we're going to go upstairs, but I won't make you go on a forced march again to the point where you're in pain or uncomfortable." And my God, a little light came on, and she seemed to know what I was referring to. I don't know. It sure seemed like it. It wasn't that typical blank look where she ignores me. She actually glanced up at me and had a little, I would call it a wry smile, one of those smiles on her face. So it's bizarre. And when these things happen, I stop, make a big mistake, because I question myself. I question again. I think, uh-oh, have I put her in a bad situation? Like, have I been a bad husband and forced her into care when she's not ready? Crazy talk. I have to ignore that. She had to go into care, and like I said, most of the time she's tuned out. So I hope that answers your question. Here, let's jump into the video. And that's a wrap, as they say. I just have to cut it off and proceed. I'm looking at the channel statistics. I have over 31,000 subscribers. Why is that important? I don't know. It just feels good. So my mind is blown with that. And thank you all so much. And the comments are phenomenal. I've started to collect a few comments that really stand out. And in one of these videos, I'll read those to you. And I've got another list of things to talk about, like Fraser, some of the questions that come up from time to time. Fraser from I Don't Have Dementia, who you really should check out. Look for that channel, I Don't Have Dementia, for some incredible insights from a very sharing, intelligent guy. So again, thanks for the support. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Like and subscribe here, because I know there are a lot of people here who aren't subscribed. I appreciate it. And remember, you're not alone in this journey. There's an awful lot of people out there sharing it. If you need support, reach out to your community, local Alzheimer's Association, or other groups. There are people out there who care and know what you're going through and can help. So next time.